What's going on, everybody? Your boy Man up here back with my normal tag team partner. Go ahead and ring that bell. All righty. When you hear that bell, that means class is in session. Let's have a good time. Get your popcorn ready. Sit back and relax, because we're finna try to give you a show.
Trying to at least.
Try to be the key word.
Sure.
Last time we came to y'all with our favorite tag team, it was 10-6. We're finna, just in case we need to jog your memory, we're finna go ahead and go over our list. Mr. Cedric, can you go ahead and tell me who your 10-6 was?
As soon as my freaking iPad come back up, it's okay. Here we go. Hey, technical difficulties all the way around the board. It's crazy. So going from 10-6. At 10, I had the Road Warriors. At 9, I had the Hollywood Blondes. At 8, I had the Mega Powers. At 7, I had the Hart Foundation. And at 6, I had the Steiner Brothers. What about you, Joe?
Number 10, I had the Briscoe brothers, Mark and Jay. At number 9, I had the Hollywood Blondes. At number 8, I had the New Age Outlaws. At number 7, I had Tenkozy. And at number 6, I had America's Most Wanted.
Okay, nice. At number 10, I had Two-Man Power Trip. At number 9, I had Mega Powers. At number 8, I had the Usos. Number 7, I had New Day. And number 6, I had Rock and Sock Connection.
Okay. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get this party started with today's episode, starting with my number 5. And at number 5, I have the current reigning and defending IWGP Heavyweight, ROH World, and AAA World Tag Team Champions FTR. I love this team when they were put together in WWE. I freaking loved them. I thought they were the second coming of Tully and Arn, and they really helped restore credibility to tag team wrestling in WWE, in my opinion. And I love that the little subtle things that they do that personifies tag team wrestling, tag rope, tag team continuity, all that good stuff. Yeah, like I said last week, I was not a big fan of makeshift teams. Now don't get me wrong, some makeshift teams work out, i.e., like the Hollywood Blondes. I dug them, but some of the makeshift teams are hit and miss. I enjoy a good tag team unit. FTR personifies that for me.
Okay. Who you got there, Mr. Joey?
Wait, are we going on? Okay. I was just going to say something nice about FTR, but
yeah, please do.
I mean, credit's due. They're not on my list, but it can't be denied. Like can't be denied that. Yeah, and I think it's a shame that they ended up gone from WWE, because I think now in the WWE with the son-in-law in charge could be a different story. Could be a different story, and I think they, maybe we get that in the future. Maybe we see the revival return to WWE. Could happen.
Could happen. Who knows?
They're certainly not going anywhere where they are. Anyway.
Oh shoot, man, shoot.
Well, not New Japan, but they're not committed to New Japan. So we have the belts. They're going to be on Wrestle Kingdom, and I think that's good. I like to see them mix it up with the best of New Japan. That's going to be exciting.
Oh yeah,
nice. Okay.
Here we go with Man Up at number 5. Let's go ahead and get ready for this one.
Well, now Joey's number 5.
Oh, am I doing it next? Okay. I don't know where we're going. All right, cool. All right, my number 5 is the team of in my opinion, the greatest babyface tag team in the history of professional wrestling. The tag team that invented the tandem offense that you got used to seeing from the Rockers, from the Hardy Boys, from everybody else. They all got it from one team, and that's the Rock and Roll Express.
Nice.
Yep. I mean, however many times they've been NWA World Tag Team Champs, but just, it goes without saying.
Yeah.
You don't have to name the list of championships. Everybody knows it, and everybody knows who they are, because, again, so much of that tandem style came from them. They were the first to really do it. They were the biggest baby faces in tag team in in the business during their hot era. And then they went on, in the 90s and onward, the 90s and Smoky Mountain Wrestling, creating red hot angles with the, we all know their feuds with both versions of the Midnight Express. We know their feud, but their feud with the Heavenly Bodies in Smoky Mountain Wrestling is legendary. And they've wrestled everywhere, and they made it in the WWE Hall of Fame, except not really having much of a WWE career. So that goes without being saying. That's the legacy they left.
Exactly. Yeah, they're on my list. I'll reiterate once it gets back to me.
All righty. My number 5 is a team that really got the fame because of their backstage antics. And if you had the right amount of money and beer, they will come and protect you. And I'm talking about the APA.
All right, I can put it away. Okay.
Can't disrespect that.
I can't.
He was already ready. He was ready.
I was ready. I was gonna get you because we need beer.
Man. Oh man, we all know Farouk and his history. Being the first African American world champion, and if I'm not mistaken, professional wrestling history. I know in WCW history, I know that. But also too, we all know what transpired after the APA with JBL, Bradshaw at that time becoming JBL, I should say. Yeah. But them as a team, and then to re-hook up, here and there, special episodes of Raw. I think Raw 1000, I think it was, and 20 years of Raw, something like that. I forget exactly, but it was somewhere along those lines. And constantly seeing them, I didn't know if they were heel or babyface, or maybe both at time. I don't know. But the way they would always, be for hire, you had to knock on the door in the backstage area and stuff like that. That was just too funny as hell. Don't walk around the door. What did you raise in a barn?
Yeah.
But they're too funny as hell. They always playing cards. I remember when they had Mae Young back there, and Mae Young was beating them and stuff and all that. That was funny as hell, man. They knew how to entertain. Yeah. And I don't know if people knew this, but that whole idea, JBL said it came from Vince McMahon.
Okay.
But that was.
I would say I would argue at the same time. Let's be honest. Ron Simmons was very successful before coming to the WWF, and they tried everything to find him a character that they thought he should be. But boy, once he got into that character, it fit like a glove. And it was off the races again for Ron, So it's kind of interesting because it's on the back end of Ron's career. That was towards the end of his in-ring career, but it was kind of still early in the career of Bradshaw, where it kind of launched him and propelled him to what he would eventually be, which would be a world champion in his own right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Damn.
Yes.
All righty there.
All right. Hey, yeah. Rock and Roll Express.
Let me try to see who commented that.
The Bushwhacker was always fun and entertaining. Yeah, man, because it's funny and entertaining is down your right down your alley. So yeah. Actually, let me hold up. Maybe Bushwhackers is still on his list. So
or they definitely will be in our honorable mentions towards the end of us because
my God, yes.
Okay, that was Antonio Mendoza. So Antonio, thanks for joining us, and definitely
Mendoza
we'll
crowd
go into it later with the Bushwhackers, aka the
yeah. Prior to that, the sheep herders, the Kiwis.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can touch on that. At my number 4 is the Rock and Roll Express. Oh my gosh, yeah. Freaking amazing. The girls freaking love them inside the ring. No, I want someone to name me a better seller in the world than freaking Ricky Morton. Please tell me.
They all again, they all stole it from them. They all stole like the art of selling should be a movie about Ricky Morton, and everybody else stole it from him. Everybody that's ever done it.
The head professor of that course is Ricky Morton. Oh my God!
And he can still go
do it.
like Robert, I think is about to hang it up. I think Robert's done.
Yeah.
Ricky and his son are teaming up on NWA. They're making shots on the Indies. They're getting around.
Uh-huh.
Ricky's in his 60s, and he's still over, and he can still get it done in the ring.
Just saying. But yeah, rock and roll express been just about everywhere in the rest of the world. Held titles everywhere they freaking went. So yeah, without a freaking doubt, they definitely one of the most popular teams of all time. Funny how the Bushwhackers were lovable in WWF and other promotions. It's brutal hardcore. Exactly.
Vicious, nasty heels. Yeah.
Oof. They had a run in Stampede.
UWF tag team champions.
UWF. They were in Crockett's. They did Puerto Rico. They've been everywhere. Everywhere.
That's how.
And then on the tail end of their career, became huge babyface superstars in the WWF. They got another run and they made big money, I'm sure. So, but they were hot. They were over in WWF. They didn't need to be the champions. Bushwhackers didn't need the belts.
Man, shoot, dude, they sold hats with freaking bills chopped off. They were freaking over. And folks were paying for that.
I love them, and I love them getting inducted into the Hall of Fame too. But anyway, we're talking about the Bushwhackers, and we'll get to that in honorable mentions unless they're on somebody's list. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Finish what you were saying there, Cedric.
I was talking about what's the name? I remember I was listening to a story that Luke was saying, like they want to call us the Bushwhackers, but Butch was the Bushwhacker. I was the Bush Licker. So like, that joke has always stayed with me, man. I freaking loved it.
I just enjoyed the Hall of Fame too when they had Brett and the $1 Million Man and everybody doing the like out there. But that just goes to show you how they're beloved by the boys. They're beloved by the fans.
Yeah,
come on, legends, man. But anyway, back to the Rock and Roll Express again. Like, you just man. You can't say enough about them.
Yeah, exactly. It's truly good when you like you at this point we can look back and just appreciate the art that they brought to the table. You really can just
first team to do a double drop kick. I want to say like they knew how to do everything. They worked together. They just gelled so well. Like everything they do, they were able to just time it perfect.
Oh my gosh, the double drop kick, and that was their finish.
Yeah,
that was the double drop kick.
Boom. Yep. But when they did it, you knew it was over.
It was over.
Yeah.
Oh, Fabulous Freebirds. All right. Okay. Let's see if they crack any of our favorites. Joey, where did you at number 4?
All right, number 4. I got one of my favorite tag teams in New Japan Pro Wrestling history. A tag team that has dominated the last 4 or 5 years up there, especially ever since Gallows and Anderson left for the WWE the first time, and I'm talking about Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa, the Gorillas of Destiny.
Okay.
Whatever they are now, 7-8-time IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, but they go back to that family history. A long family history in the wrestling business. I feel like I should have had some of this pulled up already here, but. Tanga Loa was when Tama Tonga was first in the business. Tanga Loa was actually in WWE. For those of you who don't know, he was Camacho.
Yeah.
On SmackDown for a while. But he really found his niche when he got into Japan, teamed up with his, storyline brother, but loosely related, but I think he is, he is, I think he is adopted, I want to say, but these are the sons of the most gangsta professional wrestler in the history of the business, King Haku.
Okay.
And I say King Haku because I won't say his name without putting that respect on it.
Exactly.
Because Haku is legitimate. But of course, brother Tama Tonga, brother Hikuleo, the young gun of the Gorillas of Destiny, also like 7 feet tall, but a great family lineage there. I like when they do their matches, and I liked even when they brought old King Haku back out of retirement occasionally when they were in Bullet Club. Now they are out of Bullet Club and doing their thing as baby faces. I think Tangaloa's been hurt and on the shelf a little bit, but I do think we will get that back together at some point, and they have been feuding with Bullet Club. Tama Tonga recently was never openweight champion and also challenged Jay White for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
Nice.
Hey, after we get done with the countdown, we're gonna go ahead and put in your mind, Joy. A couple of your other favorite tag teams from New Japan.
Okay.
All right. Man up, what you got?
Man, my next one is going to be, I just sent y'all a video of these two a couple days ago. My favorite video of them, I sent it to y'all. And I'm talking about the Brothers of Destruction. I think they were 2-time tag team champion, 3, something like that. Okay. I know they held the WCW and WWF tag team championships at one point in time, but bless. It all started when, of course, back in the 90s, when Kane debuted, blah, blah, blah. And Kane wanted to beat up the Undertaker, all that good stuff for setting him on fire, all that good stuff. Y'all know the story. But anyway, fast forward many years when they finally team up, they were both feuding with Vince, actually, at the time. And Vince came out there and started messing with him. He didn't come to the ring. He was like right on the ramp. Kane the Undertaker was in the ring and was walking up the ramp chasing Vince. Vince took off, and bam, there you go. These two united, and they left a path of destruction. Ever since, they will always fight each other, but but nobody from the outside will mess with them. Kind of like a family thing. You can't mess with them. Then also too, like I said, I want to comment on that match that I sent y'all. When they had a match with MVP and Mr. Kennedy. To me, that match told the story. That was back in 2006, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. What year? I think that's when it was. But anyway, to me, that match told a story. It had comedy. It had storytelling all over it. It had everything you possibly want. And, the brothers was basically competing with each other as well in that match. And then I text y'all and I said, if y'all noticed, they actually won this match 3 times. They won by countout, they won by disqualification, then they won by pin. But to me, with them two, I think they should have came together a lot sooner and lasted a lot longer. They would have been way above on a lot of people's list, if you ask me.
Well, but here's the thing: like when you have two polarizing personalities, such as that, could you put them together as a tag team? Yes, but it's like you're limiting yourself. Business wise, you're limiting yourself because Undertaker was already freaking made when Kane came aboard. Okay, so all well and good. You put them together. You put the titles on them. They gonna have to lose them. Like Joey always says, somebody have to freaking beat them. And the more you freaking beat them, the more you take away the mystique of that character. So like I get it. They could be dominant, whatnot, but they ain't gonna be a tag team forever. And they're honestly better at single draws.
Yeah. I think their best is how you showed us in that video when they come together for the occasional match just to beat somebody's brain. Giving them the tag belts does nothing because then you got to beat them. You got to take the belts like Cedric was saying. But when you bring them out just to stomp somebody, just to choke, just to get the greatest hits album going, everybody getting choke slammed, everybody getting tombstone, people just get bodies just getting laid out. That's really the best you can do with them. You don't need them on top of the tag team division. You just need them coming out every now and again as a tag team just to tear some people up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got what y'all saying, but I do believe that put them in the tag team division. Yeah, I get you what you're saying, Cedric and Joey. You got to beat them, but put them in the tag team division. I mean, look at the APA. They were dominant and they barely held tag team gold, but they still was a good tag team.
Yes, they were a good tag team, but again, that's two different freaking dynamics there. That's two freaking dynamics. At that time, like they didn't really have nothing for freaking Bradshaw and freaking Farouk. They didn't have, so they put them together. Right. Undertaker and Kane are doing their own doggone things.
Yeah,
freaking Kane debuted and he was when he debuted and this may be arguable, he debuted upper mid card.
He debuted a main eventer pretty much. He debuted.
I was saying it was freaking debatable, but yeah, he went directly into a program with the freaking Undertaker.
Yeah,
so it's and he didn't depart from that because he. For that career, for his career in WWE, he never went under mid card.
No,
like and Farouk and Bradshaw, they were teetering between mid card and lower card. Yeah. So
they needed each other. They needed that gimmick at the time.
Exactly. So
outgrew it at some point. Like where Farouk was ready to retire. Kind of he had bump card was full, but JBL was about to it was time for he had become a bigger star. He'd done all he could with APA, and then it was time for him to move on to doing something.
Yeah. So
see what the fruit of that was.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying, man, up and whatnot. But in regards to your take, yes, you get it, brother. You get it.
No.
You get it. You get it. You get it for that, sir.
Same reason I argued you should never have made Kane Intercontinental Champion, because then you got to beat him with somebody like Albert. Oh boy, that's another.
Yeah,
we already talked about that.
I remember that. I remember those. Yeah. All right, who you got there for your number 3 there, Mr. Cedric?
Oh my gosh, a freaking awesome freaking tag team. I wish they had their team longer. This is the actual team though, man up. But the British Bulldogs. Oh. Wow. First cousins coming together to be a freaking tag team. They actually feuded, I believe, in Stampede. Then they started teaming up. Came over to WWF. Freaking athleticism. Dynamite Kid, the fastest snap suplex I still have seen to this freaking day. No one has done the freaking snap suplex better than the Dynamite Kid.
Yep.
There are folks who try to emulate his style, whatnot, but the original is always freaking better. And Davey Boy Smith, the powerhouse of the team, man. I'm always have the vision of him press slamming Brutus Beefcake at WrestleMania 2. I believe, it was Brutus Beefcake at WrestleMania 2. Press slamming him. He taking that jump back when he slammed him. I'm like that's that vision that's stuck in my head. Former WWE, where they won the WWF World Tag Team titles, thusly in the hobby, the Bulldog tags as they come to be known, the silver and black WWF Tag Team titles. So. Injuries into that team. Well, injuries to the Dynamite Kid, well documented back freaking issues. That they wound up dropping the belts to the Hart Foundation, and from there they kind of faded into obscurity. They had a little small run in Japan afterwards, but Davey Boy went on to have his singles career, and
yeah.
My kid faded away, and now both of them are no longer with us. So, yeah, the British Bulldogs.
Nice backstory, nice history there. I love it. All righty there, Mr. Joey. Anything you want to say about the British Bulldogs?
Yeah, I think you covered it well. I mean,
He sure did. He did.
I'll be honest, not on my list, but
Yeah.
that isn't. But that's not to say they easily could be. They're
Yeah.
they're tremendous, and they like he's talking about it. They inspired a lot of people. I think we could have got a second run with them in the WWF had Dynamite had been healthier, But
Yeah.
but it is what it is. Yeah, they were very successful in All Japan Pro Wrestling, and it's no wonder that their style entertained Japanese fans because Dynamite and Davey could be very stiff with their style, and they laid their stuff in and good stuff. Can't say nothing negative about them as a team. So.
Hey, like we said before, though, there's so many great tag teams, man. You're going to leave some people off.
It's hard to narrow it down to 10.
Yeah,
it's real hard.
Jeez.
You just have to say, okay, I like these people, whatever, however you want to do it. But it's hard, man, because there's so many great ones out there.
Yeah.
All right, who you got for your number 3 there?
All right, my number 3. God, this is so hard, even when you get to the top 3, to really have them in an order because it could go in any order. But for number 3, I have one of my favorite tag teams from the 1980s. And there were 2 versions of them, but my favorite version, I think Cedric agrees with me, is Sweet Stan, Beautiful Bobby, along with James E. Cornette, the Midnight Express. And that's no shot at Dennis Condrey. I like the Condrey Eaton version too. They were very successful, former NWA World Tag Team Champions too. And I also have to give credit to the former AWA World Tag Team Champs as the original Midnight Express with Randy Rose, right? And with Paul Lee in the corner as the Midnight Express in the AWA. So you got 3 versions of the tag team technically that and it all started out as a faction. But I got to give credit when you talk about the U.S. tag titles as well as NWA World Tag Team Champions. They ended that epic run of Tully and Arn as the Horsemen. But yeah, they made those titles their own and really carved out that legacy for it. But and Jim Cornette as a manager, what can be said? Like he was perfect in that role. And Jim, it just came together perfect. And we talked about before the feuds with the Rock and Roll Express. The Rock and Rolls and the Midnights had always had great feuds, but
yes, they're indeed on my list. I'm gonna talk about the Midnight Express, but when it comes back to me, definitely.
What's up, CJ? But yeah, enough said. I guess about it. Go back if you don't know about the Midnight Express. You got a lot of wrestling to watch.
Oh my God! Yes.
All righty, that's nice. I love it. All right, my number 3 is going to be for all of those with the benefit of flash photography. Talk about Edge and Christian. Like a 11-time, 12-time World Team Tag Team Champions, I think it was. So it was up there. I know that. Great tag team. They gave you the comedy. They were heels. They will make fun of you and all of that good stuff, things like that. I love how they meshed together. And when they first came together as the Brood with Gangrel, they made you think that they were brothers, whether you really knew them or not. Right. And later on, you come to find out they were just best friends, grew up down the street from each other, stuff like that.
Right.
But them being a tag team together was very entertaining, very funny, whether you liked them, whether you cheered them or booed them. And to me, it's like they had a great run as a tag team. And we all know, I think when Edge started going on his singles career, it was noted that that's when Christian was really starting to have a lot of health issues. So that's one of the reasons why they started to push Edge, even though they wanted to push Edge by himself a long time ago. But way before that, excuse me. But when Christian started having health problems, that's when they said, okay, let's go ahead and start doing this now, push him on a single career and things like that. But staying with them two, that was, my personal opinion, one of the funniest tag teams there was, because they tried to entertain you, make you laugh. They were goofy. They did their thing, and they, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they go in the Hall of Fame like 2010 13 or 14 or something like that. If I'm
He
not
hasn't
mistaken,
been inducted.
I think it was like 15 maybe.
I
How old is
He's
that?
been inducted.
think it was just Edge that was inducted. I don't think Christian has been inducted yet.
Oh, okay. I thought they went as a tag team. Okay. All right.
No.
Never mind. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
I
yeah,
never heard anything about this either. Like,
I got you. I got you.
I admit
I
I
got
was wrong.
I got you.
admit
Don't
it.
worry. I got you. I got you. I got you.
No, I admitted I was wrong. I was
Hey, no. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. You continue. You continue. Go ahead and continue. I'll just go ahead and leave this here.
But that's
what
my
problems did
theory.
Christian have? Christian was actively still wrestling during that time period.
But,
Yeah.
I thought they went in as a tag team. But okay. But I know Edge went in right after he retired. But I just thought they went in as a tag team later on. Okay. All right. Something wrong with this guy right here. Something wrong with him. All right.
Yeah.
Who you got as your number 3 there, Cedric?
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2. Also, I see you messing me up here. See, look at you. Can't really see
Yes.
that. Oh,
You got him, the Midnight Express, baby.
Oh, okay.
I mean, first of all, this is an awesome book. It's a 25th anniversary scrapbook. It's by Jim Cornette. He details every freaking match that Midnight Express had going all the way back to freaking Mid-South. Oh, this is an awesome freaking book.
What did it start? It started out with Condrey, Rose, and
I want to say that was pre-Cornette.
yeah, but it was it started out as a faction in Mid-South, right? And Norvell Austin was in it, right?
I want to say it was. Don't quote me. I want to say it was Memphis. I want to say it was Memphis.
Yes, okay, that makes more sense. But I want to say it was Randy.
Actually, I can read it right here.
Gotcha.
At 1983 drew to a close in the Memphis territory. Bobby Eaton was a babyface working in the middle of the cars. Dennis Condrey was a heel teaming with Norvell Austin and only slightly higher on the roster. And Jim Cornette was the assistant to Jimmy Hart, making the small town spots shows while Hart managed the top heels in the major cities. So that was the genesis of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the Memphis territory. So yeah. Oh. Freaking awesome freaking tag team, former world tag team champions. But they, when I think of the NWA US tag team titles, I think of the Midnight Express when I look at this belt.
Yeah.
They own this freaking title. So
And they had one of the best theme songs in wrestling.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You think
I love. Yes.
Okay.
It's from the movie The Midnight
Express. I mean, I would definitely appreciate like I said, I appreciate the team of Eaton and Condrey. I think they have more continuity as a team with the Stan Lane, Bobby Eaton combination.
And they had better matching gear. Like that matters too. Like they really came together with the gear matching and Stan after Cornette would introduce them, Stan Lane would introduce Jim Cornette.
I like it. Little details like that. Yeah. So yes. Yeah. That whole presentation was like it was a freaking amazing.
Yeah, and we all know Stan had just come from being one half of the Fabulous Ones. So it's like he merged two tag teams together to come up with this insane like super tag team. But yeah, I'll always remember on top of them being US tag champions is dethroning Arn and Tully. So that's a feather in their cap. And they lost the world tag team titles like a month later to the Road Warriors. But still the fact that they beat the Horsemen for the belts, good. It's good. it's like
exactly.
It's history. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, Midnight Express.
Nice. Who's your number 2 there, Mr. Joey?
All right, this is a tag team I think of when I think of behind me the WCW World Tag Team titles, and I think they still to this day are one of the most underrated tag teams in the history of professional wrestling. And I'm talking about Booker T and Stevie Ray along with Sister Sherry.
Okay. Yeah, Booker.
King.
But
But yeah, like,
you got it.
Yeah.
You got. I like to include the managers in it too. What's up, Chris?
Chris.
But you hear Booker and Stevie talk about how Sherry was kind of the leader of that tag team. She had the knowledge. She was the vet. She had been around, and they were still kind of green.
Definitely. Because they started off in global,
right?
The Ebony Experience.
Yeah.
So Meanwhile, Sherry was finishing up her run in WWF. By the time that she got to WCW, she had a run with Flair. Then after that, you put them with Harlem Heat.
Fit like a glove. And the fact that when they got their new gear, their matching gear, their good, all those color gear and stuff like that, she got matching dresses with it, and it just fit. It fit. She was kind of oh my God. We're not going to act out that promo here, but if you know.
If you know, you know.
It's pretty famous, but I like to think Harlem Heat, you're only as good as the teams you get to work with, and they went from green to very good quick because they were working with the Nasty Boys, they're working with the Steiner Brothers, they're working with you name it, all these great tag teams. They're getting their experience, their training by fire in the ring and working with a lot of great tag teams, so they rose to the occasion and ended up being 10-time WCW tag team champions.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
man up. Yeah, I know they were on your list as well earlier, so I know you could appreciate that.
No, I didn't have the Harlem Heat on my list.
I thought they were. Okay.
No.
My bad.
But I want
that makes me wrong.
No, you need to flip it around though. You need to flip it around and look at it yourself though.
No, you can't see the words. You can't see the words. You got to see the words. See how
I'm gonna have to get with Rusty about cutting a promo here.
Now, but a little side note here with Booker T. I think I told y'all this before. Y'all know my side hustle. Some of the stuff I like do. When I one day I met Booker T at the golf course there. He used to. Well, I ain't gonna say I met him, but I seen him a bunch of times. Let me put it like that. I seen him a bunch of times, and he would, and the way he talk and way he carry himself, to me it was so different. And he's a very fun-loving, goofy type person, like I am. And he loves to play golf. And to me, I always see him. I was like, wow, I just seem like me and him are best friends. Don't know the guy, never met him, all that good stuff. I just seen him a lot. At the golf course in south side of Houston. But all right, my number 2 is going to be one of the most decorated tag teams of all times. And I'm talking about the Dudley Boys.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I had to do that, man. I used to love when Bubba Ray used to do that. But like a 30-time tag team champion, ECW and WCW. Yeah, I know what you're thinking now, Joey. I know what you're finna say. That's why I did like that.
I'll just defer to Scott Steiner. Never seen you around WCW.
I ain't see y'all there.
about like being a Ring of Honor champion now.
There you go. But so like I said, ECW, WCW, and WWF. I don't know if they won one when they went over to TNA and all that. So I don't know. Yeah. Did they?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I wasn't 100% sure, so I didn't want to mention it. I want you to hold up that sign on me, so I don't know.
I feel like
I'm holding up the sign because you're wrong. Because they're in your top 5, and you don't know their title history, sir. So that makes you wrong just off of that alone.
Well, see, I know when they went, it was Bully Ray at first. So
no, it was Brother Ray. Thing? It was not Bully Ray when they went. It was Brother Ray and Brother Devon.
Okay, all right. See, I'm getting it.
He became Bully Ray when he became a single competitor.
Okay, see, I'm getting it. So I ain't watched much of TNA, so I'm getting it. I'm getting it though. But anyway, what's
Yeah.
that?
I'm just gonna let you bury yourself. Then I'm gonna come in and just kick more dirt on you. Come on.
Feel free if you're watching to lay into him.
Yeah. Just come on. Just keep on doing this.
I lost my train of thought messing with you now.
Come on. This is what you're doing right now, and I'm just gonna keep on letting you keep on digging that. Come on. This is this is your number 2. This is your number 2. So
all right, let's get back to what I was saying because I lost my train of thought now. But anyway, dealing with the Dudley Boys, they were a great tag team. Like I don't know how many times I know it's up there a bunch of tag team times the tag team champions. Excuse me, sorry. And I just saw a photo of them two reuniting because they had, you all know Devon got a lot of health issues and stuff like that now.
Yeah.
And I guess you can say reunite. They never stopped being friends or whatever, but people throw stuff out there. But anyway, but with the Dudley Boys, man, that to me, they had one of the most great runs ever as a tag team. Even when they tried to do their singles thing, they realized that it didn't work because they were more profitable and much more over being together, whether they were heels or babyface, excuse me. They were better as a tag team, as a unit.
Love Reverend Devon?
Oh, I like the Reverend Devon. Don't get me wrong, I did.
You were entertained, weren't you?
That's when Batista debuted. A lot of people don't remember that.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I forget that. Deacon Batista got the man walk around with a damn collection plate around his neck.
Yeah, on his neck.
What?
A lot of people, I was at work arguing with people talking about Devon. Not Devon. Batista debut with Evolution. I was like, really? Let me show you something real quick here.
Well, and it's no surprise that nobody remembers it, but I'm not going to go there.
But yeah, I remember Reverend Devon and all that. Yeah, it was funny as hell. But that's my great memory with the Dudleys. Another one is I think that was Royal Rumble of 2018. I think when Bubba made a appearance on his own.
Okay.
Everybody cheering for Devon, thought they were finna thought Devon was there, he was finna come out next or whatever, but he wasn't even there.
Yeah.
That just shows you how great they connected with the fans.
Or is it that Devon's that over and Bubba's not?
Nah, I don't think
Maybe they just wanted Devon. Hey, look, I've been on shows where Grandmaster Sexay was on the show and they were like, "Where's Scotty Too Hotty?" Like, we don't want you. You're not the good half the team.
Damn.
Anyway,
that's messed up.
Yeah. The Dudley Boys, Team 3D, whatever other version you're looking at. Awesome tag team, one of the most decorated tag teams in wrestling history, not just ECW, WWF, TNA. Excuse me. New Japan tag team champions as well. So yeah,
I got one for y'all. Chris had put up a comment. What do y'all think about this one?
No thanks.
Ooh.
I'm gonna leave it at this. Not a fan of the Dudley Boys, and I won't go into it because I'll have to go full Jim Cornette on them. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Not a fan.
Okay.
Okay. No, hold on. No. You can't make us, Joseph.
What?
You can't make a statement like that, and you can't.
You're not going to find a tag team. Well, one half of the tag team, I will say this, was less. You won't find a wrestler that was less respected in any locker room or you won't find a wrestler that hurt more people in the ring. You won't find a wrestler that is still, still hard. It's hard to say. I can't say anything nice about Bubba Ray Dudley. He's a man that has no one's respect to this day. People are talking about how many people he hurt in the ring, and all around he was. I hear him compared to the Road Warriors. I hear him compared to great teams, but to me, he's just a poster child for type 2 diabetes.
Whew. Okay, I'm sorry that I asked.
And I have seen this for myself. The way he conducts himself, and when you've got podcasts all over the internet to this day talking about, hey, nobody liked that fat, F word, there's a reason. To me, you can be a great tag team, but when you don't have anyone's respect, you still go in the Hall of Fame. You still got all these titles, that stats that, let's be honest, only matter to somebody who's counting stats. To me, you're not going to find a tag team that's more overrated and more revered only by fans, not by the boys.
I thank you for that, Joey.
Watch Rene Dupree's podcast and hear about La Resistance having to work with the Dudleys when they got there.
Okay.
You want to hear people getting neck injuries, head injuries, getting dropped on their head for nothing? Hey, I call it like I see them. Professional wrestling is about, it's about entertaining fans, but it's also about not hurting each other. And when you got a guy that goes out of his way to hurt people in the ring, got no respect, not a fan.
Exactly. Hey, that's why it's our favorite tag team. That's Man Up. That's Man Up. That's Man Up's favorite tag team.
I was
not necessarily Joey's favorite tag team. So that's why we do it.
That's why I didn't say nothing when he said that. I said, I didn't say nothing. Yeah. That's why I tried to stop Cedric from saying something.
No, because I know that the people out there they wanted to know as well, because you don't make a statement like that and just leave us hanging. You just don't do it.
If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. But then it hurts me to hear. It hurts me that they're considered like one of the greatest tag teams of all time by a lot of people, because there's a reason they were let go in the WWE when they were let go back in the day, and then Bubba pushed for a singles run in WWE, and Vince was like, that negative.
Darn.
What about Dynamite? Dynamite didn't go out of his way just to hurt people. Yeah, he had a chip on his shoulder and he got in a fight with Jacques Rougeau. That's about it. But that got settled back. That got settled between two grown men. And who was the other one they said?
Brian Knobbs.
Yeah, fuck him.
Okay. All right. On to my number one.
The Nasty Boys. No, I'm kidding. I feel like that should have happened just because it followed me.
It was like we figured segue like the last couple of shows. So it's like,
this is what I'll say to you, Chris, about Brian Knobbs. Brian Knobbs only had a job for as long as he did in the places he did because he was kissing. His lips were permanently stapled to Hulk Hogan's butt.
Boy, see, y'all done woke something up in Joseph there.
No, number one.
Oh, Joey.
For somebody's damn armpit, Pity City. Come on.
Oh,
I give them props.
Wow.
I give them props for what they did, but damn.
My number one tag team held this championship and also held the NWA World Tag Team title. They were the first team to do it. Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson is my all-time favorite tag team.
Respect.
Tully's that cockiness, but he knew how to wrestle. Arn was the enforcer. He freaking beat the hell out of you. Together they were a freaking force. Two-time NWA World Tag Team title. If they didn't leave Crockett, they would have kept on dominating that tag team division. They came over to WWF. They won the freaking belts there. Another team that really didn't tag that long. They really didn't. 4 years tops. As a freaking tag team, but that team, their style, their swagger. FTR is like a carbon freaking copy, and I freaking love it. Just off of that alone. Remember last week I was told you I was gonna get another tag team belt, man up. I actually did that since our last freaking show. I went out and got another tag team belt. This is a custom NWA World Tag Team title, based off of the design that was used by WWF and for the national tag team title. So it has NWA right in the middle, right there. So it's a World Tag Team title. So thank you for the full screen. I appreciate that, yes, sir. Yeah, World Tag Team title with NWA right in the freaking middle. So yeah, I went and got another tag team title. Hey, man up.
Yeah.
You still don't have a tag team title yet, sir? It's okay. It's okay. I won't hold that against you, sir. I won't hold it against you, sir.
If y'all remember the last episode, he was teasing me about not having a tag team belt. But I'm not.
You know what, man up? It's not fun anymore teasing you because you don't have a tag team title, sir. It's not fun teasing you. It's not fun anymore. It's becoming too easy, sir.
Hey, since it's a tag team episode, man up, you better call somebody.
Oh my God.
Like, seriously, do it right now.
Like, no, seriously, do it right now.
Oh my God. Wow. See, now y'all gonna make me go get some belts, some tag team belts now.
I'll tell Jagu to expect your message.
I see how it is. Y'all see how I said you do me, y'all? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? This ain't right. This ain't right.
No, but tagging off that, man, Tully and Arn, what to say? Arn Anderson to me is the single greatest tag team wrestler ever, right up there with Bobby Eaton, right up there. There's a tight knit top 5 we could do about, and we may do that one day, talking about tag team wrestlers, not just a tag team. But man, what could be said?
Joey, you just say Bubba Ray.
And I won't.
I didn't say it.
And I won't say it either.
Oh.
Hey, I only got one thing to say about Bubba Ray Dudley. Hold on.
No, don't do it. Don't.
Anyway, moving on. I but much respect to them. They really were. And to tell you the truth, it's amazing that they came right into the WWF and a few months later ended up with the belts in the first place, because look who was on top in the WWF. And Arn and Tully were not body guys. So they were just rugged wrestlers that could put a beating on them for them to go over Demolition like they did. Granted, with the help from Bobby Heenan and typical fashion, but still, for them to get a run. And then you go back and you hear Shawn Michaels talk about getting the Rockers getting to work with them and how it kind of formed them. And they really learned a lot about tag team wrestling working with Arn and Tully. That was like a master class on working the towns with them.
Nice.
Credit where credit is due, man. They're great.
You're number one, Mr. Joey, and I already know who it's not going to be.
Well, my number one tag team is who I believe, in my mind, is the greatest tag team in the history of professional wrestling. And I'll still say that. And if you don't like it, you're not going to like arguing with Scott about it. And I'm talking about the brothers from Detroit, Michigan, Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Damn it, if I hear you call it a Hurricane Rana, I'm going to come through and put you in the Steiner recliner. It's a damn Frankensteiner. Steiner says he invented it, so he invented it.
You got to do some Steiner math now. You got to do Steiner math.
Steiner math.
Steiner math.
Come on. You got to give us some Steiner math. Come on.
You see, normally when you get into a triple threat match, you got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But you got to take Man Up out of the equation because he's not going after Cedric D because he knows he can't beat Cedric. So if you take half of his 33 and a third and you add it to Cedric, but
oh yeah, I love it.
I got to take it way back to when they first teamed up, and really just these guys rose up quick and became NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah,
subsequently lost them to the tag team of Doom. And then became U.S. Tag Champs. Ended up winning them back from the Fabulous Freebirds, the World Tags back from the Fabulous Freebirds. Became two-time WWF Tag Team Champions. Returned to WCW and dominated from then on out, becoming multi-time WCW World Tag Team Champions. They were IWGP Tag Team Champions. They won Tag League over there. They won. The accolades speak for themselves, and I will argue with anybody they were just as big of money draws in Japan as the Road Warriors were. And they were great. They had one of the most. When you watch their matches in Japan, you'll see how brutal Rick and Scott could be in the ring to get to their opponents. But
oh,
Chris, you love you some Big Papa Pump. Now, come on.
Oh, the Steiners against Doc and Gordy, man. Oh my gosh,
that was a fight.
Yes,
but the beautiful thing. And this is the beautiful thing, and this is the art of wrestling. Nobody got injured. Nobody got dropped on their head, except for Scott doing the Frankensteiner to himself. Landed on his head every night, and somehow still maintains a certain level of sanity despite all that. It kind of explains a lot of the Big Papa Pump character. Anyway. Oh, he kept landing on his head over and over.
Oh, Lord.
But no, I mean, they broke off and were both great singles after their time as a tag team. But then, in the 2000s, coming back together, doing tag matches on the indies, doing a couple shots in TNA. What could be said, man? These guys, they had a natural chemistry as real life brothers. They are both accomplished NCAA amateur wrestlers from the University of Michigan. So they had the pedigree and the legitimacy to back it up. They weren't just bouncers at bars. These guys were legit, real wrestlers and athletes. And you could tell it. Exactly. Definitely. And guess what? When one of them picked you up to suplex you, you either went with it or you got taken. There was no in between. If one of them grabbed you to turn you over for a suplex, you either went or you were going, one or the other, because they were both strong as they could possibly be.
Oh, man. Yes. Love it, bro. Love it. Man Up. Your number one favorite tag team is?
My number one favorite tag team is all three of us. Okay, no, I didn't get the reaction out of Cedric that I thought I was going to get.
This is not Full House. We're not about to go, oh.
No.
Here go one half of my favorite tag team right here. Right here.
Okay. One half, okay.
One half. Of course, I told y'all before, I mentioned it, the Hardy Boys is always going to be my favorite tag team.
Okay.
always loved the Hardy Boys. I love their entrance music. Unfortunately, we can't play it here, but I loved it. That's what really got me hooked. Their
I think their entrance music is fair use, actually. But
yeah,
it's not a WWE song. They didn't write that song. That's been used in TV commercials and all kind of stuff.
I'm doing it for you, man. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you.
What the hell? What, like a 20-time tag team champions and all that? Of course, we know they came back at the WrestleMania, what, 32 or 33, whatever, in their ladder match, won the Raw Tag Team Championships, and then later on won the SmackDown Championships. Great fuse with Edge and Chris and the Dudley Boys. So I hate bringing up the Dudley Boys since I know how Joey feels.
No, they're on your favorites list. You got to bring them up. And we're talking about tag team wrestling, but
yeah. It's all a matter of being favorites.
Nah, but I love the fact that when the Dudley Boys did go to the Hall of Fame, they had the Hardys and Edge and Christian right along with them because those three teams were magic. I mean, before the Dudleys came to the WWF, it was Edge and Christian and the Hardys, with those ladder matches and stuff. I think it was No Mercy in 1999, the greatest tag team ladder match, my personal opinion. Then, of course, like Joey always says, you got to have some great people to work with as a tag team. And I know it probably got stale seeing those three always feuding, but it was great entertainment as well, too.
Did they ever have a wrestling match?
Did
they ever actually just have a wrestling match between those tag teams? Because I feel like all the matches I saw between those three tag teams were all just like ladder matches or TLC or whatever. I'm like
they would have a ladder match like on Raw, SmackDown. I mean, not ladder match, a regular match on Raw, SmackDown. But it would be something that would lead up to that pay-per-view. It wouldn't be a super entertaining match, You get what I'm saying? So to me, with the Hardys, of course, we all know today's troubles with Jeff. We all know what's going on with him. But I love
today's troubles were also yesterday's troubles. He just got away with it, but that's another story.
Well, that's true too. That's true too. But we all know. But
whoa, guys, hold up. Y'all know what that means, right? The time limit for this podcast has expired.
Wait, I see now. Hey, that's what happens when you're having so much fun.
Exactly, man. So this podcast has officially become a draw because we went the full time limit.
Dang.
And then we didn't even our honorable mentions either.
Hey, it's gonna have to wait for another time because the time limit has to freaking expire. And so you know what that means? That means that if you watch on YouTube, you got to hit that like button, you got to hit that subscribe button, so we can talk about those honorable mentions. And Joey, what do they got to do?
Wait, what? Oh, look us up on YouTube if you haven't found us, please.
Nope, Facebook, sir.
Facebook. All right. Yes, if you're watching on YouTube, we have a Facebook group. Just enter Bells and Belts, and when you see the logo, that's in a lot of our videos and right up there and everything. You found us. It's a private group. Go ahead and join, please. And we talk. We really do a variety of things. We're not just a podcast where we discuss things. We do unboxing videos. We don't just do those things. We had an interview with a belt maker where he showed off some of his specialty work. And we don't just do that. We do all kind of videos and content so you can get to know us. So absolutely, please. You're not going to enjoy Bells and Belts to the fullest if you're not both a subscriber here on YouTube and a member in the Facebook group.
Well said there, sir. Can't say it no better than that. Wow. All righty, y'all. With all that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Anything else you want to say there, Mr. Cedric, before we get out of here?
Hey, dude, we got to get out of here. Hey, we'll see y'all next week.
All right. With that being said, hope y'all enjoyed the show. Y'all stay safe out there.